How's it going, guys? Welcome to another live stream. Hopefully you had some great shopping experience, but in case you didn't, in case when you went out you didn't get what you're looking for, you didn't buy the car that you're looking for, you didn't get the price you're looking for, we're here every single Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for you to get your questions answered, to make sure that you're getting the best possible deal, to make sure you're not getting screwed on the price of the car, on any fees, on financing, on anything that has to do with buying a car. I want to make sure that you're getting the best deal possible. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you shop far and wide, if you're shopping a lot of dealerships, if you're really going out there and you're putting some work, at least some kind of effort into buying a car. I just spoke to three people today. I met up with some people. We had a chat and they asked me, hey, Dan, what do you do? I told them, hey, I teach fine folks how not to get screwed when buying a car. And I have a service where I do all the work to buy a car, so the person gets the best possible deal. And they were mind blown. What do you mean you get a best possible deal? Don't you just go to the car dealership and buy a car? A lot of people think buying a car is like buying milk. You go to Walmart, you buy milk, you go to a car dealership, you buy a car. Unfortunately, no. With milk, you're not really going to get screwed, unless there's something I don't know about milk. With car dealerships, you're going to go to a car dealership and then you're going to be faced against a salesman, a sales manager, a financing manager, and they're going to be trying to get you for every single dollar that they can. They're going to try to sell you a car that's overpriced. They're going to try to sell you features, and not features, but warranties and accessories that you may not need, and more likely you don't need them. 90% chance that you don't need them. And on top of that, they're going to try to screw you with financing. So not only you have to know how to buy a car, you also have to know what fees and accessories to watch out for, what not to buy, what to buy. And on top of that, you have to be aware what fees, not fees, but financing. What do you do with financing? Should you finance with a dealership? Literally, I was talking to these people and they told me that, hey, yeah, I just finance through a dealership. I never even thought about it. Some people never even thought about financing outside of the dealership. You don't do financing at the dealership. You just don't. I mean, you can if you know your interest rate already, but I would recommend that you don't do it, because if you do, you're going to be getting screwed most likely. Hold on. Let me see who is over here. Hey, Carrie, how's it going? Gary, welcome to the stream. Not too many folks here. I don't know what is going on here. Hey, Dan, it's 2 minus degrees here in 5 inches of snow in North Dakota, dude. That's fucking crazy. Move over to Texas, dude. Sell your shit, move to Texas or Florida. Way better. I'm telling you, the best winters you can have in freaking Florida. Nice and warm. It's amazing. Anthony Garcia, welcome to the stream, buddy. I'm gonna go on Tuesday to get the CX-5 we spoke about. Hell yeah, man, that's awesome. Where is everybody? There's only 7 people here. Did half the country get abducted without me knowing? What happened? I'm gonna visit dealerships around to see if they can beat the price on any specific way to do it. It's you give them the information about the car that you want to buy, but hide the VIN number of the car and hide the information about the dealership. Other than that, you're good to go. You just show them exactly what you're shopping. Yeah, I'm shopping this car. This is the price that I got. Can you beat this by $1,000? No? Okay, you can't just buy $1,000. You can't beat this by $1,000. How much can you beat this by? What can you do? Make sense? Hey, Prickly Pear, how's it going, man? Glad to see you. Can you talk about dealing with a car salesman who are on commission versus per car mini who is easier to negotiate with? It doesn't matter. The guy that's on commission actually has an incentive to sell a car. The guy who gets paid hourly, he's just dicking around. He doesn't even give a shit if he sells a car or not. So I find people who are on commission, they're actually easier to work with because I know what they want. They want to buy, they want to sell a car, and I want to buy a car. We both want the same thing. We want this deal to go through. Not much on tonight. Everyone watching games. What games? What games are there even going on today? 12-5. Kerry, I don't know what you're talking about. 12,500? What do you mean? I don't even know what you're talking about. Gary, so is that true that Lexus is putting BMW motors in their Lexus right now? I mean, what the internet says, it must be true, you know, because I'm not super happy with it. I'm done recommending new Lexus, so I'm gonna be recommending Kia, Hyundai, and Genesis from now on. Kia and Hyundai, they make great SUVs. Lexus has only had one reason be on my list. That's reliability and good quality luxury SUVs. Well, Hyundai and Kia have great luxury SUVs and they're also reliable. So for me, there is no reason to recommend Lexus over Hyundai, considering that Hyundai and Kia have 100,000 mile warranty on their car. That's pretty insane. Gary, I offered dealership 7,800 on a 2012 Sienna 100,000 miles. They want 12 and a half. Yeah, bro, that's too much. That's way too much money for a 100,000 mile Sienna. Way too much. I told him I'll pick it up January 1st for $7,800. Dude, you did exactly the right thing. You tell him, hey, this is how much money I want to pay. If it sells, whatever. There's plenty more cars out there. If it doesn't sell, I'll contact you in a month. We'll see if you want to keep that car out there. Here's the thing. This thing has 100,000 miles. That's a fuck ton of miles. You know? I mean, this a guy just texted me today. He's buying a 2009 Lexus ES350 with 56,000 miles for $8,000 with 56,000 miles. Think about that one. I mean, it's a rebuild title, but still 56,000 miles for $8,000. That's a hell of a deal. That's funny. He's literally getting the same deal as I got, but on the same car, except his car is white and mine is black. That is fucking hilarious. When I saw that, I was like, dude, buy that car. It's a great deal. I mean, I own a 2010 Lexus ES350. Love that car. I would not trade it for a 2020 Civic or some kind of a Toyota Corolla or a Hyundai Accent or or something like that. I wouldn't. I like luxury cars. I like comfortable cars. I don't like to be getting new plasticky things. I don't know how people even buy $20,000 Civics when for the same amount of money you can get a nice Lexus or a Genesis. Why would you buy a brand new plasticky Civic? I don't know. I think we should all be driving nice luxury cars, and entry level cars should be just hand downs Lexuses. I don't understand why people even buy entry level plasticky cars. There's such great options out there for you to go out and buy a nice comfortable car that you can drive for the next 10 years. Hey Dan, what kind of pay plan you were on when you worked at the car dealership? It was commission. It was base pay, but then after your base, you would be getting on commission. So it's like you make this much, but then after that you go on commission. So it's kind of weird. It's like base, and then once you make over your base, you go on commission. So it was guys. How's the stream? Is the quality good? You're nothing is stuttering. I hope not. So it was commission pretty much. I'm gonna go with commission. Here's the thing, but I was incentivized to sell more cars. One thing that I didn't know was how much the profit was on the car. I never knew that. You know, whether I was working for $100 or was working for $200 or $300 that day, I didn't know. You know, I didn't know what the markup on the car was. Only after I sold the car, I was, I was told, hey, I made this much money. You know what I mean? Only after. So I treated every single car, whether it was $100, I was gonna make $100 that day, or I was gonna make $400 or $500 that day. I worked every single deal as if I'm making, a lot of money. Carrie, that's a very simple, there's a very simple answer to your question. What are top three minivans to buy? Toyota Sienna, Toyota Sienna, Toyota Sienna, and then you can buy a Kia. That's it. And then, I mean, you can buy a Honda after that one. The reason the Honda minivans, they do have a little transmission hiccups. I'm not gonna call it shit, but I'll take Toyota over anything else. My personal humble, very humble, unbiased opinion. Gary, tonight I was filling gas in my 2019 Tucson, and the lady pulled up in 2018. Oh boy, 2018 Stinger. I said, that's a nice vehicle. I asked how much she paid for. She said six. Hold on, my thing is glitching up for some reason. I don't know. God damn it. Are we gonna be back in business? I hope so. Okay, perfect. We're back in business. 6 years, $500 a month. Yeah, Gary. I mean, some people can afford $500 a month car payment. It's not an issue. Some people can afford 1,000. Some people can afford 5,000. Some people can afford 300. So it's not an issue. Kia Cellulite. I think it's called Telluride, Ruckus TV. Yeah, Corgi. Maybe she bought. I don't know what's the situation. I know how much she's. What's the total price of the car? But it sounds. I mean, that's 72 months at $500. That's quite a bit of money, by my calculations. Winter is coming so quick. Rain everywhere. Ruckus, you're lucky you got rain. We got people who have like 5 feet of snow already. You're lucky you only have rain. Can I choose two different cars when I hire you to find one? Hold I don't is just choose one. I mean, how am I gonna be looking for two cars? I mean, sure, whatever, two cars, but sure, let's go with two cars. We'll see what happens. Paul Damore, how's it going, Paul? Welcome to the stream, buddy. Damn, it is lonely over here. I thought there would be more questions. It's I'm hoping to like bring the light to the darkness of and confusion of car buying world, but looks like y'all know what you're doing. Y'all know what you're doing. You've been here for a while. I mean, it's kind of cool to see the same old people, guys. For those of you that are not in our Facebook group, you should really join it, because it's an amazing place. Like, really, it is. It's the best place to be when you're going to be buying a car. There's so many people that went through this process. They already came out with great experience. And whenever there's a question in the Facebook group, there's like 3 great answers. Bam, bam, bam. I don't even need to do anything. It's awesome. So if you're going to be looking for a car, hop in the Facebook group. I mean, really, the community over there is absolutely freaking amazing. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. There's not really too many people here. Um, Dan, my buddy in South Carolina just traded his F-150 truck with 11,000 negative equity. Holy shit! Holy crap, Corgi, your buddy got royally fucked. I mean, he got taken advantage of worse than a choir boy. God damn. He traded in 20. He lost $11,000 of negative equity on a Ford Ranger. God damn, dude. What are the way dealerships can? Dude, that's crazy. Dude, he traded a good truck for a worse truck. He traded in a full-size F-150 for a boy toy. Yeah, I think he got a very bad deal. I would never trade in a full-size F-150 for a fucking Ranger. What are you gonna tow with that Ranger? I know what you're gonna tow. $11,000 worth of negative equity. God damn. Yeah, your friend got screwed pretty bad. Carry knee 68 Chevelle or 72 Camaro. Hold on a second. Let me see what 72 Camaro looks like. Oh, dude, there is no question about it. Are you kidding me? Of course. Hold on. I think I'm gonna go with 62 Chevelle. I'm gonna go. Oh, damn it. That's a. I actually 62. Not a huge fan of 62 Chevelle, to be honest with you. I like, yeah, not a huge fan of 62 Chevelle, to be honest with you. I'm more of a 70 Chevelle guy, you know. I'm a mainstream Chevelle guy. I like those better. Yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of cars from 60s. I'm really getting into muscle cars from 66, 70, 66 to like 80, from 66 to 80. Not a huge fan of, like, early 60s and 50s. So I don't know. God, that's a tough one. I mean, to me, they're both the same. Dan, since the car dealer fee is not illegal, yes, it's not illegal. What are the customer recourse? If you got fucked, there's nothing you can do. That's why it's called a scam. You get scammed. It's like, it's like one of them. I just watched shit. What is it called? It's there's a quote unquote comedian, but he has like pretty decent informative episodes. John Oliver. God damn, that's the Brit's name. John Oliver. I just watched the John Oliver episode on televangelism. Send your fucking money to some guy who's gonna pray for you, so you get fucking magically healed. The same thing here, bro. There's nothing you can do. You got fucked. That's it. That's why I'm not a fucking lawyer. Because it's too late. If you need a lawyer for a dealership, it's too late. You already have cancer. I want to make sure that you don't get fucked. I don't want to deal with repercussions of getting fucked. I want to make sure you don't even end up in that situation. That's why I created a course. That's why, I could be a lawyer and just be like, all right, guys, you got screwed by a dealership. Let's sue them. Give me your money, I'll sue them. No. I don't want that. I want to make sure that you guys are educated. You go out there and you fight your own fight and you don't get screwed. I want to make sure that it doesn't happen in the first place, because dealerships have a lot of fucking money. They got lawyers out the fucking wazoo. It's very hard to sue them. Very hard. Guys, what do you think about kit cars? I want to know, what do you think about kit cars? I've seen quite a few like really awesome kit cars. One of kit cars that I really want to get is a Ferrari GTO. What is it? Ferrari GTO. Hold on. Is it called Ferrari GTO? Ferrari GTO. GTO 250, that's what it is. God damn, that's a good looking car. Even though it's not original, you know, I wouldn't, even if I could buy original for like $50 million, I can't, like, what am I gonna do? Drive a 200 or a $50 million car to Walmart? No, I'm not gonna do that, because you don't do that to a $50 million car. But a kid car, you can drive to Walmart. So Paul Demore, talk to an attorney, see if the dealership broke any laws. Talk to a lawyer. Hey, here's my paperwork, Mr. Attorney. Have they broken any laws? Can you make some money on them? You get a beach house, I get a beach house. We both get beach houses. Is there any meat on the bone here? You know? Holy Adonis. Or you can tell me which is better deal. I can't decide between V6 Camry or Avalon. I know I've been bothering you for those two for a while. Bro, Holy Adonis, for as long as you've been talking about this car, just fucking buy it already. I mean, you know what you're doing. It's not like you don't know what you're doing, dude. Just do it. Just do it. Dexterious Mantis. When you find someone a car, how do they transfer the money to the dealership? You can do a wire transfer, which is the easiest. You can finance. You can do financing. The bank is gonna give them the money. You can send them a cashier check, which is, you know, you go to any fucking bank, they'll give you a cashier check. You can give them green monies. You can give him gold. Maybe you can pay off with other ways you can think of. Gary, do you think that Kia and Honda and Toyota will still do a good market in selling their sedans versus SUVs? Oh, dude, yeah, sedans are done. I made a video about it. Sedans are done. D-O-N-E. They are so done. I would not buy a sedan unless you're going to be keeping it for 200,000 miles. If you ever plan to sell it, that's it. Don't buy a sedan, because you are going to lose your shit on it. Sedans don't hold value. They just don't. Carmen Green, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hey, Dan, what's a great video? What's up? Great video this week. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Guys, if you haven't seen it, I made a video about dealership who's charging $3,000 in fucking dealership fees. Yeah. When it comes to dealer fees, I heard from a friend that they are mandated by state. Some of them are mandated for $75, not $3,000, $75. Maybe $150 if you live in fucking California, okay? Not $3,000. And that dealership, by the way, that dealership doesn't fucking disclose those fees. I got lucky. I got lucky that I found that there's a fee. I got lucky. They don't fucking disclose it on other websites. That's why for those people that join a 60-minute training program, how to buy a car, there's a list of blacklisted dealerships not to even fucking call. You're welcome. Guys, I'm gonna catch up with your questions. Just give me a minute. Corgi, he got the Ranger to get his payments down. He took 72 months pay plan. The Ranger was $40,000 with the rebate discount of $8,000. The final was $40,000. We traded in $11,000 equity. Okay, here's the thing. Corgi, he got his monthly payment down. Okay, I understand, but is he paying more? What's the total? Was $32,000 for the truck, right? Or something. Do the math. I mean, I think he actually went up the amount of money that he owed. Is it more or less now? Plus, how in God's name he, God damn it. Man, I wish I could talk to your friend before he did this. I mean, maybe I don't know the whole situation. Obviously, I don't know the whole situation because I wasn't fucking there. But hopefully, it's not as bad as I think it is, you know. Nicholas Pascal. I have a 2006 Chevy Trailblazer with 170,000 miles. I want to replace it with similar SUV. What do you think is the best kind of SUV? Bro, the best kind of SUV is whatever you can afford. Do you want to spend $10,000 or $100,000? There's gonna the best SUV for 10 grand is not gonna be the same as best SUV for 100 grand. Makes sense? How much money do you want to spend? That's a good question, Nicholas, you got here. But what do you want to spend? My number, you know, when somebody contacts me, I send them a little list of the things we're gonna go over, how the process is set up, right? And by the way, if you want to contact me, guys, personally, my phone number is below the video. It's below the video. Just fucking text me. So it depends on how much money you want to spend, Nicholas. Marisol, hi Dan. We're debating about getting my mom Honda Pilot versus Lexus GS. Can we get your input as far as pros and cons of both? Okay, Honda Pilot, more economical, more cheaper. So it's cheaper upfront and it's cheaper on gas. Okay, look up the fuel economy on the Pilot versus GX. GX is like 13 fucking miles to a gallon. It's like driving a semi-truck. It's pretty much driving a tractor in city. You're gonna be getting, I mean, 0 miles to a gallon, pretty much. I hope you have every single gas station saved in your favorites on Google Maps because you're gonna need it. That's Lexus GS. Next, Lexus GS is gonna be way more comfortable, way more luxurious. So that's my opinion. Luxury, more expensive upfront and more expensive on gas. And then the second one is gonna be Pilot. Actually, Pilot has more room. Again, my humble, unbiased personal opinion, I think Pilot has more room. It's cheaper up front and it's cheaper on gas. Maintenance is going to be pretty much the same, not going to be much difference. So it's up to you. My biggest question is, how often does your mom drive? How many miles? You know, if she's going to be driving a lot of miles, then do the math. You know, not only you're going to be paying more for the GX, but you're going to be paying more for gas. So keep in mind, do some math. How many miles a year does she drive? Paul Demore, I didn't pay it yet. I mean, I can still buy the car. Paul Demore. Oh, okay. Yeah. Listen, if you pay the dealership fee, that's it. There's nothing you can do. So don't pay it. Or if they make you pay the dealership fee, not a problem. Lower the price of the car. Like sometimes I'll, you know, when I'm looking for a car for someone, yeah, there's gonna be $1,000 dealership fee still showing, but I lowered the price of the car. So I lowered the price of the car by 1,000, and then they have 1,000 here. So pretty much like you're not paying it really. Frank, of course. Hey Dan, how's it going, man? Just picked up a sweet 2011 Sonata, 130,000 miles, no accidents. Service schedule was followed. New set of Michelin tires for only $2,500. Oh, that's Canadian, so that's about $1,800. Not bad, dude. Not too fucking bad. Here's the cool thing. I think, Frank, I think this car is gonna last you another 3 or 4 years if you treat it nice. Kit cars, aren't you going to have restriction on mileage? Like, no, Corgi, you can drive kit cars just like any other car. So what kit car is, you have body parts that come in a box pretty much, right? You have the skeleton of the car, the body of the car, and then you have to put in your own fucking engine, your own suspension, your own transmission, whatever you want. It depends also how well equipped the kit car is. Sometimes you get a kit car that comes fully equipped. I really want to get a fucking Cobra, kit car Cobra, or a GT40 or a Ferrari GTO. God damn, I want something good like that. Man, the oil dilution problem on Honda sucks, bro. I used to love Accord. That's weird, dude. I don't know what to tell you, man. Talk to Honda, see what they tell you. Maybe you can return the car. Prickly Pear, anything new in automotive world we should be aware of? You guys know about that more than me, because I work like a fucking slave, in a good sense, because I enslave myself. I work. You know, the here I'm talking about, I would love to buy a kit car. I go out once a fucking week to Walmart. When am I even gonna drive this kit car? So yeah, I don't know. There's a Tesla truck. There's something else that was going on. I forgot. There was something else going on, but I forgot. I guess it wasn't important. There's things going on in the automotive world, but I only really pay attention to things that are happening now. Not might, will, someday. If it's not in production, if it's not happening, it's all rumors. It doesn't matter, you know. Holy, okay. G-Man, do you think if 2019 Camry 8-speed auto transmission is reliable? It's Toyota. If you have problems, Toyota is going to put a recall. You'll get a new transmission. I wouldn't worry about it. Carmen Green, when it comes to car safety, how old is too old before you would not choose a car to drive? I know, like 2000. That's what I would do. Like 2000, 20-year-old car with probably, you know, once we're getting into 90s, I would probably skip on it, because you're going to have, you know, airbags haven't been developed as best as they could be, seat belts, blah blah blah. You know, from 2010 and up. I mean, who's going to be buying 20-year-old car anyways? Holy Adonis, it seems like V6 Camry has as much as Avalon anyway, because there aren't as many available. There should be a bunch of Camry V6s. Listen, Holy Adonis, is Avalon driving that much better? You've driven them both. Can you actually feel the difference in Avalon versus the Camry V6? I checked the sales data on Mazda sedans, and it's downward trend since 14. Oh, dude, a lot of sedans are going down. A lot. I would say majority of sedans are going down. The future is crossover compacts. Yeah, SUVs are the future. I made a video about this like a year ago. So, yeah, it's out there. Hold on, it's hard to find. Yeah, dude, you know what you want. It's not like you're gonna do anything different, right? You know the strategies, you know the tactics to follow, dude. Just put in the work if you want, you know. Corgi, when I talked to him, he was already in the dealership. It was too late then. Yeah, that's what happens when people go into a car dealership unprepared. That's why I do these videos. That's why I have a 60-minute course training program, so people can get prepared. Guys, the salesmen get trained to sell a car. Shouldn't we as customers be fucking trained? I'm about to get on a fucking rant. Like, for real, guys, the salesmen are getting trained. I was getting trained when I was a salesman. I remember sitting in class. I remember watching PowerPoint. I remember taking fucking notes. If you aren't getting trained, you think you're gonna go out there into the fucking dealership and, you know what? Just buy a great deal off the bat, off the first fucking try. No, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, because you have a professional salesman that's fighting you. You have a manager that's been there for 10 fucking 20 years fighting you. You have a general manager of the store. You have a financing manager that's gonna work your finances and try to sell you bullshit. Listen, these guys been in the business for a long time. You know, before I did this stream, I watched a few minutes of MMA fighting. You know, there's bunch of skinny dudes, 130 fucking pounds. You know, meat is pretty much non-existent. It's fucking bones and fucking skin. You know, these guys are fighting. I was watching some featherweight, and I thought to myself, they look like me. They're about my weight. You know, I kind of like to get down and dirty sometimes. I wonder how I would do if I were to fight them. But then I think to myself logically, Dan, how many hours a day do you fight? Oh, you don't. Okay. How many hours a day do you spend at the gym? Oh, you don't. Oh, okay. How many hours a day do you not fight, but like you practice fighting? No, I'm not talking about sparring. Just practicing moves. Okay. Oh, you don't. Then what the fuck do you think is gonna happen to you, Dan? You're gonna get your ass kicked, and that is exactly what would have happened. If you throw somebody who is unprepared in a ring with the professional is gonna fucking win. The dealership is the ring. The salesman and the managers are professional. You're the only newbie, and you're not there because you want to be there. Nobody, I don't know any person that says, you know what, Dan, I don't know what to do on the weekend. I'm gonna go buy a car. I don't want to barbecue. I don't want to watch fucking TV. I don't want to do anything else that's fun. Let me just go buy a fucking car. Nobody says that we have to buy cars because cars don't go on fucking trees. We have to go through this process. We are forced to go through this process. An average person buys a car every 5 years. If we are forced to defend our money, shouldn't we be good at it? Shouldn't we train for it? I mean, let me catch up on some questions. I mean, I think you're getting the point, guys. You have to be good at this shit. Think about this. If an average person buys a new car every 5 years, and let's say they only get taken advantage of for $1,000. So from 20 to 70, that's 50 years. Divide that, 50 years divided by 5, that's 10 cars. 10 cars in someone's lifetime. And that's $10,000 that somebody lost in their lifetime. To me, $10,000 is a good amount of money. Let's be more realistic. It's not $1,000 that the person loses at the dealership. Not 1,000. Way more than that. Let's make it 3 or 4 or 5,000. Now go ahead, multiply that by same 10 cars, and you tell me. Then I have a 2000 MTX man. I have a 2017 Camry lease. Did Uber with it on the lease. Now I have 67,000 miles. Worst case, spank me its lease on 37 on negative equity. Listen, you have MTX, just buy out that car. Don't fucking return it. Just buy it out. Keep on driving it. Just keep it until it hits 250,000 miles. Why do dealerships exist? Why can't we buy a car from manufacturer private party? You can buy a car from private party, but unfortunately from the research that I have done, only 3% of people actually sell a car themselves. 97% of people will go to a car dealership, get bent over a desk, get fucked on a trade, and then get fucked on the other car they're buying. That's a lose-lose proposition. Do not fucking trade in your car. And why can't we buy a car directly from the fucking dealership? Well, because of our lovely, phenomenal, absolutely trustworthy politicians. Because dealerships paid politicians passed the laws which make it illegal for you to buy a car from directly from manufacturer, and now you can't do that. So dealerships exist because the law says so. Love politicians. They're fucking amazing. Hey, you know what's the difference between cancer and a politician? When you die from cancer, you take it with you. How you like my jokes? With 2016 Avalon or 2016 Camry, yeah. Whole Adonis, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, you driven them both. Is there that much of a difference in comfort? Funny that sedans are going down, but Dodge Charger is still selling. Yeah, I think it's the only good-looking sedan, to be honest with you. And besides, I mean, Camry actually looks pretty good. Camry looks pretty decent. I mean, Lexus has looked pretty good also. Is Jeep the worst brand in America? I don't know if I would say brand. I would just say Chrysler. I'm not a huge fan of Chrysler stuff. G Mr. Scott J87, have you looked into a company called Hypercar yet? It seems like Uber or Lyft of car rental business. You rent out your own car on app. I live in the middle of nowhere, can't find a dealer info on it. Hypercar. I think this Hypercar deal is very similar to Fair. Ah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, I find the car. Let me see here. Here's the thing. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know much about Hypercar. Oh, this shit. Hold on. You gotta do this. Hold on. You can't even go to their fucking website. I'm looking to rent a car, list a car, rent a car. You can't even get in a website without giving up your email. How about you go fuck yourself, Hypercar? I'm not gonna give up my email just to see your shit. Fuck you. Lester Johnson, Dan, the road is long and hard. These dealers playing hardball. I mean, it certainly is long and hard. I can tell you that. But at the end of the day, the customers have the money. We have the power, guys. If we don't bend over, if we don't do dumb shit like buy dumb cars when we don't need them, we should be fine. We're gonna win this war because we have the money. So DB is Hypercar is like Turo, right? You rent a car day by day. Yeah, I mean, I just seen rates over there. Rent a car for $44 a month. Are you shit me? That's way too much. That's way too much. I haven't driven either one. I'm buying a car in February or March. I will test drive. But how do I test drive it without getting roped into talking? Listen, Holy Adonis, I mean, what do you go to the dealership, you test drive the car. After you test drive the car, you get out of the car and you walk into your own car. It's pretty easy. I mean, you open the car, get out, walk to your car, open your car, get in, and drive away. I mean, I think that's pretty simple. Just if the salesman says, let's talk numbers, thank you for a test drive, I appreciate it, bye-bye. That's it, you just fucking leave. Daniel McClinton. Should you ask a salesman for best out-the-door price when buying a used vehicle? No. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. You tell them the price that you should pay. You offer them 20% off. Don't ask them, you know, will you give me the best price out the door? Their answer is going to be the best price is already listed. Well, you know, they're not gonna. I mean, Daniel, if you want to try it, try it. But I don't do it because I offer them 20% off MSRP or whatever the fuck they're selling from, right? And that's how I buy cars. I don't ask them, can you please discount the car? This is how much I can buy this car for. Do you wanna work out the deal? Cool, let's do it. No, not a problem. I'll go somewhere else. Mentis, do you recommend putting down payment on a vehicle, or is that waste of money? Mentis, that is an absolute waste of money. Absolute waste of money. Do not put money down even on a house. I wouldn't even put money down on a house. Why would you give up your cash to a fucking bank? Is bank lacking on cash? No. They gave you imaginary fucking numbers, and you're gonna give them hard cash? Why would you do that? You can make money with cash. Keep the cash. Guys, if you got cash saved up and you want to buy a car with cash, you need to watch my video. Best places to invest in 2020. Don't invest it in a car. Way better places. And I'm not talking about stupid ass cryptocurrency or some stupid like that. DB, the car are 2017 to 2012. Never seen fairly new car with okay rates. Some people want 1K for a week for their 2010 Ford Fusion with 90,000 miles. Yeah, hypercar looks like so far what I'm hearing from DB, hypercar is a fucking joke. Shock modding. If I wanted to do car sales, what dealership should I apply? You should apply for the biggest one. So I would recommend AutoNation. That's the biggest dealership in the country. I was interested in doing car sales. What dealership should I apply? Okay. Is buying new car a waste of money considering depreciation? Not necessarily, Gary. If you're going to be buying a brand new car and you're going to be keeping it until the wheels fall off, so like 200, 250,000 miles, right? Sure, you bought a new car, it's going to be fine. If you buy a new car and then 5 years later you want to sell it, that's a waste of money. That's a bad idea. But if you want to, especially if you want a car that has specific exterior, specific interior, specific features, specific wheels, specific trim level, blah 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 blah. All you got a long ass laundry list. I want a pink fucking car with this wheel, all that shit, right? If you want to build your custom car from a dealership, from a car manufacturer website, go for it. Buy a new car, but just make sure you keep it for a long time. Don't be going out buying new cars and then trading them in every 5 years. That's a bad deal. I work at Reedman Toll Chevy in Springfield, PA. I'm a lot attendant. It's only busy on Saturdays. Yeah, shock, dude. That is fucking absolutely, dude. Amen. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You could go to a car dealership on a Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday, Thursday. You can run naked. Nobody would fucking chase you out. You'll be the only customer. Hopefully this crazy ass guy is going to buy something. Literally, there's nothing going on. Actually, Fridays it's also busy. But Sunday through fucking Thursday, there's nobody. There's nothing going on there. Prickly Pear, what are your thoughts about acquiring a vehicle at the end of the lease? I think it's the only way to go. If you leased, I think you should buy a vehicle at the end of the lease. Because if you don't, what are you going to do? Go for another lease and you're going to be in a lifelong lease? Shock modding. I enjoy watching your videos. This channel is so entertaining. You keep the real salesman be fucking people. Dude, thanks Shock. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support, buddy. Just share these videos on Facebook. See how many people you want to piss off. McClinton. So don't worry about whether they put dealer fee or whatever they want to put on the paper. Just focus on the out the door price. Yes. Exactly, Daniel. So if they have a dealership fee, I include that in price of the car. For me, dealership fees go right into the price of the car. If I'm buying a brand new car for $1, but they have $30,000 dealership fees, that car is $30,000 and $1. $30,001. Makes sense? I combine dealership fees and the car in one price because dealership is making money on it. Whatever dealership is making is separate from whatever the government is going to steal. Makes sense? Taxes is not the same as dealership fees. Dealership fees is dealership making money. Taxes is government stealing money. Is that clear? I hope it is. Before it's sent back to the dealership, yes. If you're leasing, buy out the car. When you find someone a used vehicle, how can they do an inspection of the vehicle? Mantis, we just find another big name, brand name, certified dealership around where the car is, and we tell them, hey, our credit union requires us to do a pre-purchase inspection. We found a shop nearby. We're willing to pay for the inspection. When can you bring the car over there? And they have a salesman. They have a lot of attendants that can bring the car over there. It's not complicated. It's easy. And I have a script for those of you that are in the 60-minute training program. There is a script there. So you just copy and paste that shit. You don't got to think. You don't even have to think. You don't know. You don't need to be coming up with shit. You don't need to be thinking, what should I say? They're already to copy and paste fucking scripts. All you do is just gotta put in your name. That's it. Old Dirty Dasher. What's up, dude? I haven't seen you here for a minute. Should I buy a car from those little strip mall lots? Sure. Just make sure you do a pre-purchase inspection. Make sure you're not getting screwed on a deal. Make sure you're not getting screwed on the car. I don't care who is selling the car, where it's selling from. It is going to be a bit, those little shady dealerships typically do scam more people, so be careful. Dan, the dealership you did work for, was it a Ford Chevy dealership or was it strictly used car dealership? I worked for AutoNation. The biggest car dealership in the country. I mean, I could have sold anything from a Honda to a fucking Ferrari and anything between. I watched your video on car sales. I don't think it's worth it. I only make $1,600 a month. I'm trying to raise my income. Listen, shock modding, you need to skill up. If you want to make more money in America, there's only 3 ways of doing it. You steal it, you provide a service, or you provide a product. I suggest don't steal it. You might get killed unless you are stealing from, unless you're like super wealthy, then that's okay. You're just gonna be called a politician. Or you can provide a service or a product. What kind of service or a product can you provide to the world? Look out at the universe. What skills do you have? Shock, you gotta have some kind of skills. Skill the fuck up. I see a lot of people that are trying to make money. And that's good. I'm all for fucking money. I love money. And I suggest you love it too. But you can't make money without skills. You gotta have some kind of a fucking skill. Figure out what kind of skill can you have. It's not about what you love doing. Skills. Skills. What kind of skills do you have? How much is for you to help me get the best possible deal on a specific car I'm looking for? $1,000. Shock modding. It's $1,000. Just text me. I'll send you the whole thing. I brought a new car, an average over $30,000 a year. With this much wear and tear, I should purchase a used car. Carmen, I don't understand. I brought a new car and average over $30,000 a year. What are you talking about? I don't understand, Carmen. Let's smash that like button. Hey, Flyby, welcome to the stream, buddy. Glad to hear. Guys, smash the like button. Show YouTube somebody cares about this. Gary Starkey, what do I think about new Tesla truck? People will buy it. I'm not a huge fan of Tesla, although, I mean, I don't fucking know. I don't care about it. I'm not a I don't know. It, I mean, it's a $35,000 truck. Here's the thing. It's cheap for a truck. It's cheap for a truck, but there's a big but, and it's not a good looking but. $35,000 is for a base model. You want any good options, you want anything that's actually good, you're gonna have to pay 45, 50, $60,000. So get ready for these trucks to be 55, $65,000. I don't know any, you know, I don't think people are gonna be like, oh, I'll just take a base fucking truck with crank windows. I don't think that's gonna be happening. Uh, DB, politicians steal really? No, they don't steal. It's called donations. They get donated to. Corgi, can you become a social justice activist and make money how you are so oppressed by the white man? Yeah, yeah. What's his name? The fucking Kaepernick is doing it. He's oppressed by a white man. What's his name? Juicy Smollett. He's oppressed by white people. What's the other guy? Fuck. There was another guy that was super oppressed by white people. I forgot his name. God damn it. I forgot his name. He was a that's what it was. It was, I think it was called Talcum White. For those of you who know, for those of you who know what I'm talking about, Talcum White. If somebody uses your service to get them the best possible price on a car, is that out the door price, final price, or are there other rebates possible? Jive brother, look, well, when I'm looking for a car for somebody, I get them the best price. That's it. They don't need to negotiate. That's the whole point. It's like when you hire a cook, right? They cook you a ready-to-eat meal. You don't need to be going after that and cooking some more. Same thing here. I do the work. All you gotta do is just pay for it. That's it. Hold on, Dennis. Uh, do you tell your customers if what they are looking for is possible? Like 2016 Avalon rebuilt for $13,000. You will look and see if it's doable. Yeah, holidays. That's exactly what I do. You know, if somebody, I have people that are contacting me, that want unrealistic deals. I don't have cars growing in a tree. If somebody's looking for a highly desirable car and they want, and it has to be a very specific car, specific trim level, specific options, specific color, obviously it's going to be harder to get. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's going to be, I can't do it, that's not a problem. Cam wants to know if he should get a new car since he averages 30,000 miles a year on his car. He bought a new and feels he should have went used. As many miles as he's gonna put in, it doesn't really matter because he's gonna keep the car on 250,000 miles. Is 30,000 miles or 40,000 miles gonna be that much of a difference? I mean, do the math. Do the math. I mean, you're obviously or Cam, you guys just do the math on it. It's very simple. Bust out a fucking calculator, do the math, how much you're paying a month. That's it. He brought Daniel McClinton. What cities you look into buying real estate? I don't do cities, I do states because typically laws are in state. We don't have autonomous cities that just do whatever the fuck they want. Unless it's California, then you can have San Francisco or LA that just do whatever the fuck they want. So 3 states that if I were to buy real estate, it would be Texas, Florida, Idaho. That's it. 3 states where economies are growing, number one, and where laws are are helping people to be in business, where it's pro business. Here's the thing. It's 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 super easy to figure out if state. Oh wow, I got excited here. It's super easy to figure out if state is going up financially or going down. This is gonna sound a little weird, but it totally works. It's super easy. How are their gun laws? If this is a gun-friendly state, they're going up. If they hate guns, they're going down. It's just that simple. It's that simple. Because here's why. Because this issue of guns represents certain amount of people that are pro individual rights, pro small business, pro personal responsibility, or are they pro socialism, pro communism, right? And pro socialist states like fucking New York, like Washington DC, like fucking California. I wouldn't fucking start a business there. I wouldn't buy a property there because it's a shithole state. Frank, of course, $1,000 for someone to negotiate on my behalf. I would easily pay for that service on a new car. Yeah, Frank, that's why people hire me. It's not because of my amazing looks. I would like to think so. It's not, unfortunately. It's because nobody likes to be elbow deep in their own shit. It's not hard to deal with a turd, but nobody wants to do it. That's why people hire me. It's not super complicated to negotiate. It's not super complicated to email. I mean, you have to have a skill set for sure, but it's not rocket fucking science. You don't gotta be a scientist. You don't need to be a fucking surgeon to do this, okay? But nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to work 50 fucking hours, come home, not take a shower. No, 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 no. You don't eat. No, 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 no. You don't watch TV. You get on a fucking phone and you call. You get on the computer and you fucking email. That's why people hire me, because it takes time. It takes time, effort, skills, and patience. Shock modding. What do you think about college? It's a fucking joke. It's a fucking joke. Going to college in 2019 is a fucking joke. I mean, the only reason to go to college in 2019, and fuck, guys, if somebody knows how to make me another, if somebody knows somebody who can clone me, I need another me. I am not keeping up. Like, I want to make a video about college. It blows my mind. I don't even blame kids that are going to college. I blame their fucking parents. Their 50-year-old or 60-year-old or 45-year-olds like, go to college. Because that shit apparently fucking works. No, it fucking doesn't. Like, when I'm hiring somebody, not once I asked, did you go to college? Not one fucking time. Not one time. I don't know, at any job that I work, I'm an old ass motherfucker. I may look good, but God knows I'm old as fuck. Guys, not one time I was asked, have I worked at fucking college? Not once. You know what they asked me? What the fuck can you do? What can you do for me? I'll pay you. I have no problem paying you. What can you do for me? And most of the time, the answer is, I can't do anything. Most of the time, I have a degree. Well, congratulations. I understand you have a fucking degree. You are a professional test taker. Congratulations. Good for you. What can you actually do? Not what you know. I'm not hiring a walking, talking fucking encyclopedia. All right? I'm not talking human version of shitty Google. Okay? If I wanted to know something, I have Google, I have YouTube. I can call a professional and ask them, what can you actually do? Nobody cares about what you know. This isn't 17th fucking century. I know how to make a fire. All right, we're not in 17th fucking century. Knowledge is free. Well, like 90% of everyday knowledge, or like, you know, a lot of shit even that you can learn in college, like 90% of what you can learn in college is free. And it's better because it's updated, because it's created by the people who actually care about the information that they're putting out, not by some kind of fucking college that's outdated as hell. So going to college is a fucking joke, unless you're gonna be a fucking doctor. Okay, that's the only thing. If you're gonna be a surgeon, optometrist, oncologist, if you're gonna be a fucking doctor, cool, go for it. But no, it's gonna be very pain. I mean, you know, doctors are not making crazy money like they used to. Majority of even small clinics are owned by big hospitals. You might be going to a family quote unquote owned, or it looks like a family owned clinic. It's not. It's owned by a multi-billion-dollar corporation of some kind. That's it. So even going to even becoming a doctor, a family doctor, or whatever else, you know, there is not that much money in it, unfortunately, because the government is cutting all the fucking profit. But okay, let's talk about cars, because let's talk about cars. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up in God knows fucking where. S'more, Dan, I'm looking at Grand Cherokee Overland. Stop looking at it. Don't look at it. I see that they are averaging 35, 37 at the dealers. You think it's possible to negotiate price down to 28, 29 out the door price? I don't know. I actually haven't shopped for that car. Dude, it's a Jeep. Why do you want a Jeep? S'more, give me 2 reasons why you want a Jeep over anything else. Why? I wouldn't buy a Jeep. I don't think it's the best quality car. But if you want to buy it, sure, buy it. If you want me to help you. Like, the amount of Jeep Wranglers that I found for people is actually insane. It's probably as many Wranglers as Lexuses. It's kind of funny. Like, I don't think Jeep is a good, reliable brand. But if you want to buy it, I'll help you. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be driving it, not me. Whenever it needs to go to the shop, I'm not paying for towing. I'm not paying for repairs. You're paying for it. However, I feel like it is my obligations, since I did put myself on the soapbox of automotive guru, whatever the fuck that means. Like, I have to tell you that I wouldn't go with the Jeep. There is Toyota, there is Honda, there is Kia, there is Acura, there is Hyundai, there is Lexus. Why wouldn't you go with any of them? What do you think about Dodge Charger Scott Pack? Not a huge fan of it. I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't understand why people buy it. If I want to buy, if I am gonna buy a muscle car, you know, I'm not talking about old school muscle car. Okay, modern muscle car. I'm gonna go with the old school muscle car. I'm just not a fan of modern muscle cars. I don't like how they look. That's why I'm a huge fucking fan of kit cars. You buy a wrecked muscle car, right? Like a fucking Hellcat or something like that. You buy an engine off a Hellcat. You buy an engine off a fucking Vet. You get yourself good suspension, good transmission. You put that shit together into a good old school muscle car. You get heated seats, you get nice radio, you get cooled seats, you get keyless entry, you get remote start. You have all the nice things of the modern cars without, you know, without looking like everybody else. I don't understand. I mean, I'm just a really big fanboy of old school American muscle cars. Do you think that deal is on reasonable? Holy Adonis, you've been doing this for a while. You've been negotiating. You've been searching. You tell me, if you have the same information as I do, you've been watching this for a while, and you cannot get anywhere close. Like I don't have a magical wand up my ass. You know what I mean? I can't just whoosh, car decrease the, lower the price of the car by $10,000 out of nowhere. Especially if it's a used car that's kind of desirable. You know what I mean? DB, stay away from student loan debt unless you're becoming a doctor, lawyer, even lawyers. I talked to an attorney today. The guy been in business for God knows how many fucking, like 20 or 30 years. Professional fucking lawyer. I mean, this guy made a lot of fucking money. A lot of fucking money. He's in I'm obsolete. An attorney is telling me I am obsolete. I'm not an attorney, but if he says he obsolete, and there's no money in being an attorney, I mean, shit. Thoughts on 2011 LS all-wheel drive reliability? Go for it. I mean, I don't, Tom. I don't know if any problems on it. If I'm not a super fucking mechanic guy. If there's a problem with the LS, don't buy it. But far as I'm aware, there isn't any major issues. Student loan debt for art degree is not smart. No, student loans, it's not a good idea at all. I think it's a really bad idea. I just think it's a really, 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 really bad idea. You can learn 90% of the stuff that they teach in college on internet. And again, when somebody's going to be getting a job, nobody is going to ask you, what do you know? Not one person. What they will ask you, what can you do for me? What can you as an individual can do for my company? My company has only one purpose, to make money. What can you do? What can you do? I feel bad for anyone buying a car from a car dealership I work at. The car salesmen are fucking them badly. Oh, yeah, that's why I left the car dealership. Because I didn't want to deal with it anymore. No, Netran. Hi, I'm looking for a used car 2015-2016 Lexus RCF. The cheaper ones run around 38s low and 42s. How much off the price should I start? Should I stick to your 25% FMSRP off the price? Yes, try 25% off. See how that goes. Okay, then try 20. See what happens. But here's my question. Nat Tran. That's an interesting name. If you're going to be spending $42,000 on a used RC, why in God's name would you do that when you can go out and just buy a fucking Corvette for $3 grand more? Spend $3,000 more and get a Corvette, mid-engine, the color you want, the rims that you want, everything how you want. Why would you do that? I don't understand. Jesus did a miracle in 2019. We have a mid-engine Corvette for $45,000. Why would you not do that? Tom, and that would be the target. And what would be the target price on the mileage NLS? Tom, it depends on how much money you want to spend. Do you want to get a car with 30,000 miles, or do you want to get a car with 200,000 miles? That's gonna depend on how much money you want to spend. You figure out how much the money determines the miles. It surprises me. I'm gonna say that. I was gonna say something. I'm gonna rephrase it. It surprises me when somebody tells me, okay, this is the car that I want. This is the price that I want. And this is how much money I want to spend on a car. Okay, cool. And then they tell me this. I wanted 30,000 miles. How am I going to get you 30,000 miles? Am I going to roll back the miles? What if There is no, what if that car doesn't exist? You want this much money. What am I going to do with miles? I can't control miles. If there is no car with 30,000 miles, like what am I going to do? Do you want me to roll back the miles? Do you want me to ask somebody to just roll it back so you feel better? It has 45, but I rolled it back to 30. You feel better now? Like, how? I can negotiate the price. I can't roll back the miles. Guys, for those of you that are going to be asking me, I want to be around this many miles. Do not. I'm going to tell you straight up, even if you call me. I can't control the miles. If whatever the miles is whatever they are. I can't fucking roll them back. I don't have a magical wand that erases mileage. Obviously, I'm going to be looking for the best possible deal. If there's a car for $16,000 with 50,000 miles, and there's a car for $16,000 with 30,000 miles, which one do you think I'm going to go with? Obviously, the one that has less miles. Nobody's hiring me just to dick around. Nobody's hiring me just so I would waste people's fucking time, right? You're hiring me because you're hiring my interest. The reason that the dealership and the salesman doesn't give a fuck about you is because they're not interested in it. The salesman is not interested in it. Do you know who the salesman is hired by? Not you. The dealership. The dealership tells what the salesman to do. Not you. The dealership. That's why the salesman has dealership's interest in their mind, not yours. I'm not a dealership. When somebody wants me to find them the car, I have their best interest in their mind, not the dealerships. Daniel McClinton, affordability in South Florida is getting harder and harder. The markets in Florida can be drastic. For example, MIA, Orlando, Port St. Dude, Florida is all sorts of fucked up. You on the beach, 20 miles off the beach, the prices are going to be $700,000 for a fucking apartment, $150,000 for a house. It blows my fucking mind. So yeah. But if you're going to be buying, a house as an investment, I would recommend do not buy anything with HOA. Do not buy fucking apartments, houses. Stick with fucking houses, no HOAs. And it's again, even with house buying, you need to have skills. You can't just, oh, I got a bunch of money, I'm just gonna go fucking buy a house. You gotta know what the fuck you're doing. I think it's because that lovely shade of purple you had, the one why they are hiring you. Maybe it's the fucking purple shade. Most of that stuff in college is outdated by decades. Oh my god, yes. Especially in categories that move quickly, like business. They are still teaching shit from fucking early 2000s and 90s in business. Going to school for a business degree is like asking your mom for business. I mean, unless she actually owns a business, like you're not gonna get anything useful. If you want a great fucking ravioli recipe, definitely great place to go. Not for business, dude. Oh my god, colleges are a fucking joke. And I don't, like I said, I don't even blame the teenagers that are going to college. I don't blame the 18s, the fucking 19-year-olds. I blame their parents that are making them go to college. Look, I'll give you $30,000. I'll give Joe Blow $30,000 so you can get a useless degree, but I won't give you a $30,000. No. You're gonna fuck up that $30,000. It's better if I'll give it to a state fucking university, because that's gonna make a huge fucking difference. No, I think what people need to do is people need to start doing family businesses. That's just what it is. Unfortunately, we live in a fucked up situation where concept of family is not fucking existent. You need a man in a house to start a business, and if you don't have a man in a house, that's kind of fucking hard. Kevin M. Teachers are required to go to college too. Um, kind of, but I'm pro homeschooling. God for I'm never gonna have a kid, but if I had to adopt a kid, I would never send a kid to a public high school or a public school. Absolutely never. Hell no. Um, most teachers average $35,000 a year. Crappy for 70,000 in school debt and benefits. Yeah. I mean, the funny thing, I actually wanted to be a teacher until I realized you can't say certain things. You can't say truth about, I was gonna do history. You can't do that. You can't say true things about history because you're gonna get fired. Ryan Perry, Paris, you are very best. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. I guess smash that like button, guys. Appreciate it. Show YouTube that somebody cares about this. Mula Power, do you think Genesis is better than Lexus? I I I think they're on par, but from 2020, I'm starting to recommend Genesis. That's it. Flyby. Which car brands do you find are the hardest to negotiate on? Fuck. Lexus, because they're the only reliable luxury car out there. Acura, again. Shit. Ford trucks and Ford SUVs, very, 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 very fucking hard to negotiate. Very, very, very hard. Even harder than Lexus. Very hard. I mean, I was looking for Expedition for somebody. Extremely hard. I mean, I was like, holy shit. What is this thing? Gold plated? Motherfucker has like 70,000 miles. Still insane amount of money. So, yeah, Ford trucks and Ford, not just Ford trucks, but like 250s, F-150 Platinums, F-150 King Ranch, F-150. There's a high trim Fords. Dude, it's ridiculous. Anyone getting deals on 2019 4Runner? There is somebody in our group. Check out. If you're not in their Facebook group, join the Facebook group. There's people that are looking for cars just like you. There's people that went through the fucking process. Join the Facebook group. Guys, join the group. If you don't like it, you can leave. But I guarantee you, the shit that you're going to see in there and support you're going to get in our Facebook group is nowhere to be found. Shock modding. I would like to coach the sport of football, but I need bachelor's degree to coach football unfortunately. Shock. I don't know. I'm not a big I don't know what to tell you, to be honest with you. You need a degree. I mean, don't know what to tell you on that one. That's why statewide is too general. You have to look into each city specific. Regarding real estate, you can look into each city, but it's not just within each city. People will move from one city to another, but state is really what's going to determine, is your property going to go up, and how much is it going to go up? Mula Power, I'm thinking of buying 2018 Genesis G80. Oh my god, the red seats. Oh my god, I love red seats. White exterior, red interior. Oh, I get excited about that. You're right about that. But 2018, look into 2016. See what you think about that, Mula. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching this stream. If you like this video, share these videos on Facebook. Share these videos with Facebook, with your friends. See what happens. God knows you know, if we're putting in the work, maybe there's going to be some kind of a useful result. My name is Dan, motherfucking strong. I'm signing out, and I'll see you in the next video. Fly by. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, buddy.